Hey friends, happy Monday. Welcome to my live. And if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. So once you hop on tonight's live or you hop on the replay on a later date, please feel free to say hi in the comments and to tell me where you are watching from. I happen to be in central Kansas. I'm live in two locations this evening. So if you hear me refer to a comment that is not in your feed, that person may be watching on a different platform. And as always, if you like what you see during this project and you think others should see it, or you just want to help out my little channel, please feel free to share the craft love wherever you have permission to share it. Don't be spamming me in any groups. If you're on Facebook, hit that heart button, hit the follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button or subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. See that Jason is watching from the other side of the door. Happy non-stormy Monday. I apologize for being rudely interrupted by pretty much a land hurricane last week and losing power up toward the end of my live. Was not trying to be rude. The storm was being rude by interrupting me, but all is well. We did have 113-mile-per-hour winds come through, and pretty much if you had trees in Salina last Monday, then you had some damage. So it's pretty bad all around town. Some people, we were lucky and only lost power for several minutes. Other people lost power for most of the week. So we count ourselves blessed. And yeah, my friend Bonita is on. She's happy Monday, she says. I hope her week has gone well. She has not had a great summer. She works in the insurance industry, and between all the storms that we've had, she's been a little busy. So if you happen to say prayers, add my friend Bonita to the list because she needs them. Okie doke. Let's go ahead and flip the camera, shall we? So if you saw by the thumbnail, we're going to be using some of the stitch transfers. I've already used this one. It's called Best Friend. It's super cute. And then I think we're going to also use this one. It's just called Stitch. And it's an A-size transfer. I have a raffle basket that I need to put together, and I know some of the audience from said that will be participating in the raffle, some of them love Stitch. So when I saw that these transfers were going to become available and I knew I had this raffle basket coming up, I figured it would be perfect. So I raided my stash. This actually used to have a different decal on it, but I took it off. It's going to be kind of hard to see because it's a hologram vinyl decal, but I took off the decal that was on here and I cut out a Stitch decal out of holographic vinyl, which is kind of funny because I guess Stitch has a friend called Angel. So she's pink, he's blue. So kind of depending on how you look at this stitch, it could be Lilo or it could be Stitch or it could be Angel. So that's in there. I have some stickers. I have some temporary tattoos. I have this cute little pillow. And I have a Stitch Uno game coming tomorrow. And then I happen to find, I could have spent a bunch of money, but I didn't. But I found this Stitch bandana at Hobby Lobby, and I got these to go with it to make a tassel or a bow for something. Miss Bonita says, you're sweet. Well, you are too, my friend. And she says, any prayers, any and all prayers are appreciated. You've got it. So, So that's what we're going to do. I have to be transparent. I was going to upcycle this craft notebook, and I did make this last night. It's not, I'm sure it looks better on camera than it does in person. I'm not very thrilled with it. I don't know. I guess it's not terrible. I guess I could include it too. But that's kind of why I was going to go with this for the basket. Then I kind of, you know, Jason says I'm my own worst critic. I don't know. I wasn't very, he is super cute. I don't know. But I did paint some clipboards. I was just going to do this one kind of like I did the Mickey Mouse transfer, the Mickey Mouse clipboards, and just do it in black. Because I mean, this one has some great sketch lines on it, and I really hate losing those when I color it in. So I think we're just going to stick to this. And then I pulled this little guy out. We did this same surface for an Easter project. So I thought I'd put a little, you can either put photos on it or you could use it as a post-it note holder. And I thought about just pasting this little guy kind of down here in the corner or over here. So I think that's what we're going to do. I just am not thrilled with this. I may put this in there. They can use it however they want. So we'll see. So let's get started. Let's move that out of the way. So there are, I don't remember how many total stitch transfers there are. They're super cute. There's another launch happening tomorrow. But let's go through a few things real quick before we get started. So today is the last day. We're going to do a little rewind. Today is the last day for the free butterfly cutout and transfer bundle. You can unlock the ability to, you can unlock this free gift with purchase with a $65 order. Again, today is the last day for that. There's also free shipping on orders of $100 or more. So if you qualify for the free butterfly cutout bundle, you're at $65. So if you add $35 more, no, 65, yes, $35 more, you can earn free shipping. Then we also have the buy 5 pastes, get 1 free. And then this just launched, and it ends June 22nd, but there is up to 75% off of patriotic transfers. So if you've not gotten your patriotic transfers, you're kind of running out of time to start on those. So you might want to take advantage of this, especially while there's free shipping and a free butterfly cutout. So I just wanted to kind of put that into your noggin. Okay, let me get my black paste. Oops, go back to my comments. Let's see if I need to, I think I'm going to sand it just a skosh because it's a little rough. I'm going to push that off of the table so that it sits flat. Sorry if you have earbuds in. Okay, get my tack cloth out. I always think it's funny when they seal clipboards, they must package them and then they add the rivets, because I can't always get all of the plastic off and it drives me crazy. Does that drive anybody else crazy? I try to sand my edges before I start chalking, because then I don't run the risk of sanding on my image. Okay, that's much smoother. Okay. And then I wish they wouldn't put sticky stickers on it, because you can still kind of see mine. I think I need to start Mod Podging. I've got a bunch of shadows where the sticker was. That way it doesn't bleed through. I even sanded off the adhesive, but you can still kind of see it. There's been past clipboards where I've probably put 5 or 6 coats of paint on because the sticky of the UPC sticker keeps coming up through the paint. I think I'm going to need to start Mod Podging to seal off that sticker adhesive. Okay, so I'm just adding a layer of wax to protect my clipboard and my transfer from sticking to each other. And it's going to give me a smoother surface to wax on, or to chalk on. I think these clipboards are one of my favorite things to make. Okay, let's go ahead and get this. Sorry, I got some weird shadows going on. Okay. So I have used this, but I'm going to go ahead and fuzz it a few times anyway. I did also, before I forget, I did paint it with Waverly chalk paint in the color Dusk. I need to put the number 2. Did I miss something? So I'm just using the edge of the transfer in this case to kind of line everything up. I'm going to stick this underneath just so I can raise it up. It is a really pretty color. It looks light blue on the cap, but it's more kind of there's a little bit more gray in it. It could also be because mine's probably separating, and I know that when it starts to separate, the colors kind of change a little bit. Even though I shake it and shake it. So I'm just going to use simple, easy peasy black paste. Sometimes just black is the best. Just easy peasy, one color, simple. I just really like how some of these they have such fun sketch lines. I hate to lose that when you color everything in, because You usually color it in and then you repaste over it, and you always end up losing some of the hand-drawn simplicity of the designs. So now I'm just kind of removing some of the excess paste so I can put it back in my jar. I can even out my squeegee lines. Okay. Put that back on. There's just something to be said for capturing all of those sketch lines. Look at the double sketch lines on his left ear. I just hate losing that when I color it in. So check out that versus this. You just kind of lose some of that. Granted, when I laid it back down, I didn't lay it down correctly, and so everything's a little thicker than normal. But there's just something to be said for capturing the detail of the hand sketching. Okay, I'm going to go put my transfer in my bucket. I'm going to spray it down. Okay, let's get that dry. Jason says he looks great. He likes it not colored in. Again, I think you lose some of the hand-drawn look when it's colored in. So this one says fluffy and cute. Ohana, nobody gets left behind. Super intelligent, thinks faster than a supercomputer. Alien from outer space. Talented, excellent guitar player. Energetic, always ready for fun. I have not seen Lilo and Stitch, but I know he's super popular. I mean, you can we even silk screened the copyright down here. You cannot do that with vinyl. As much as I love vinyl, I made this with vinyl, but I made this with a silk screen transfer with all that tiny detail. Okay, I think I'm gonna plop my towel down to turn it over. I pulled out this little writing pad. Not that this one's going to go with it, but that one's actually too thick. Actually, let me go get a legal pad, a junior legal pad. This one might work better. And I have some Lilo and Stitch scrapbook paper from the Happy Planner that I can cover that with. I think that'll work. My thought is I'm actually tempted, and I may do that off camera, but I think I'm going to tape this off and paint some down here. I still could do it on camera, I guess. And maybe put I wonder if I could fit all three of them, or if I should just put, I could put this one on this corner and then still put this guy like over here, over here. But I think I want to put this on the front. What do y'all think? Should I color block this? I think I shall. Okay, so I should have thought of this last night. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use my grid. It's about right there. So I think if that's still going to fit. Yes. Okay. Okay, so let's bring in some cardboard. I have my paintbrush. And then while this one is drying, we'll work on the other one. There's also this stitch. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. This one is called Hello Stitch. So it has Stitch and Angel. Although I know nothing about Stitch. I just know he's everywhere. So again, this is Waverly chalk paint. It's the color Dusk. I just used one of these flat wash brushes. And I usually end up doing about 2 coats on these clipboards. This paint covers really well. I'm going to have to be really careful not to get paint on the other side. So if you're doing this, make sure you have a game plan first so that you get everything base coated so you don't run the risk of getting paint on the back side, like I'm probably going to. we're just going to leave that there. Try to get some of those brush strokes out. And I'm going to wrap my paintbrush in a flat fold plastic bag. And then I'm going to carefully move this, put it to the side, let that dry. And then we'll work on this guy. So when I painted this, I was able to kind of gently turn the clip around so I could get underneath it. Still have to get on top though a little bit. So we'll do that. But I do want to sand it. It's just a little rough. I just want to smooth out my paint or my chalking surface. I'm going to rough up the edges a bit. We'll flip that back around. Okay. Remind me to paint the top of that later. So we'll wax this one. Same thing, we just want to create a really smooth surface. We also want this to be a protective barrier. To protect my painted surface and my transfer. I'm going to go ahead and touch this up so it can kind of dry as we are chopping. So I was sort of kind of prepared. Not really. Okay. Let's dry that a little bit. That way I don't forget it. And then I will paint the back side later. Okay, spring. Now I just got to figure out which guy I want to use. So should I use this one? Because he'd actually look kind of cute. Well, you put him in this corner, it looks like he's looking at whatever you put up here. I really like I kind of like the laying down guy. I just don't know which corner to put him in. Do I put him in this corner or do I put him in this corner? Decisions, decisions. So I'm going to fuzz this. It is a sticky back transfer, but I do want to knock back a little bit of the adhesive so that it doesn't wreck my painted surface or get wrecked when I pull it off. I don't know. I don't know which one to use. I really like this guy though. I just wish I had something for over here. Put two of the laying down stitch. I don't know how well that would look. Hmm. I think we'll just do one. I thought about maybe doing two. They'd both it'd look better if one was looking in and one was looking out. So let's just do the one and we'll see what happens. Will the laying down stitch fit at the top corner? Then you could put the sideways looking stitch in the bottom corner. I don't know that he'll fit up there. Kind of, but it gets kind of cut off by the clip. And then if whatever you put in there might cover his head. That's why I try to just stick to the bottom. Yeah, I think I'll just stick to the laying down one. That's a good suggestion though. I just have to try to remember not to over paste. I could also get one of the little smaller fonts out and maybe spell Ohana or something. Yeah, that one, I thought about using the word stitch, but It kind of has a cutout right there. I could fill it easily. I think I might just spell something out here, like Ohana or Stitch in like one of the fonts. Oh, fart. I forgot about that Disney thing. It's half on, half off. So let's see if we can take it off. The little Disney copyright is half on, half off. So I'm just going to see if I can remove it. Ugh. Probably should have waited till it was dry. My bad. Not paying attention, but this can be fixed. Maybe. We're just gonna run it and take it all off because I already took off half of the. We'll just fix it. Don't panic. Nobody panic. Luckily, I waxed. We'll just kind of have to distress the other edges, which I can totally do. So we'll just let that dry and see what happens. Even designers make mistakes. Okay, so let's get this guy cleaned. Benita says, too late, I've panicked. Inside I'm panicking, but we'll fix it. Everything's fixable. Everything is fixable. Where's my board eraser? Oh, I can't. Let me get to my board eraser. Just gonna get this little guy cleaned up. And we're gonna do it again. See how easy these are to clean? Okay. So we're going to plop this into the microfiber side of our fuzz cloth. Make sure we got most of all of that junk off. And we're just going to let him dry. Okay, so he's going to reverse marinate under there. Let's check in on our clipboard. I probably need to give that another coat. Oh, nope, that is still wet. Benita, did you go to the River Festival this weekend? We're not typically River Festival people. I just don't like to get outside, especially when it's hot and humid. Although this weekend was fairly nice, but I had my own festival in my basement. She says she's not a festival person. I mean, I've always gone. I always went when like Dane's preschool classes had field trips there, and I enjoy it. But I also don't. I don't like crowds as much anymore. Plus, I'm cheap. I had my own art festival in my basement. Looks a little better. Let's get that dry. So I posted a sneak peek of tomorrow's next Disney launch that happens tomorrow at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. So that's posted in my crafty group. Everything's leaving a shadow. Benita says she spent most of Saturday in your therapy room, some more organizing and crafting and fabric ripping. Woo-hoo! It's the best therapy ever. Jason says he doesn't like crowds, he's cheap, he doesn't drink, and he hates being hot. Pretty much rules him out. Oh, I may have to put a third coat on this. So, turn this down. So in Jason's defense, we went the first year we lived here, Dane would have been 16, 17 months old. And I heard everybody talk about the River Festival. The River Festival, you need to go, you need to go. So unbeknownst to me, that Thursday night was Festival Jam. That was the night we trudged down there with Dane in a stroller. And oh my gosh, the crowd was horrific. We didn't even make it. I think all we saw was the road that has the food trucks on it. We didn't make it to anything else. So yeah, it was miserable. So I never got Jason there ever again. Ever. It was not fun. Dane always had a good time though when he would go with his preschool classrooms on field trips. Of course, you know, that used to have all the face painting, and all the boys would get tigers and dinosaurs and bears and dogs. And here's Dane with his flowers and butterflies all over his face. Oh boy. And I have pictures to prove it. I think we're going to have to do a third coat. Although, after it's dried, it's not too bad. But let's do a third coat really quick. Let's check in. This one doesn't look, it actually doesn't look terrible. think once we get stitch on there, you won't even know that I wiped him off. Oh gosh, way too much. We did instead. We went and saw my mama and spent the day with her, which was nice. She's doing good. I think that's pretty good. I think we'll leave it like that. Okay, so let's move this. I'm gonna get stuff all over this probably. I'm gonna move that carefully. Dry my hands. Has anyone seen Toy Story 5 yet? I need to make something with my Jessie transfer. Just don't know what yet. Actually, I do know. That's a total lie. I think I'm gonna, if I can get the board cut, I was gonna make a little mini leaner and use the cow print transfer that's on sale. And do the top and the bottom in cow print. Super dry already. And then put Jessie in the middle and then color her in. Okay, let's see if we can do this the right way. I was trying to avoid having his ears go over the palette, but I didn't realize that that Disney copyright was down there, so that's on me. So let's try this again. And honestly, I had missed a few places anyway, so a redo won't hurt. Jason says he just reread his comment. It sounds like a great dating profile description. Grammar is pretty spot on too. Okay. I don't know if it's the transfer. Must be the transfer. So it's the same spots that didn't come through. So I'm gonna blame it on the transfer. Okay. So there's that little guy. Okay, I'm gonna go spray him down. Well, no, we're just gonna clean him. I think we're gonna clean him here again if I have enough water. because I need them for the other clipboard. Oops. That was dumb, Robin. Okay, I think it'll still dry. My head is just not in the... That's what I get for being in a hurry. Okay. I'm going to pull out, because I was a ding-dong and sprayed in my fuzz cloth. We're going to get out a dry one. Dingbat. I probably need to throw these in the wash anyway. Okay. So let's get out our clipboard, our big clipboard. We'll get it dry. But that's I just reread your comment too. I'm just getting it dry so that I can chalk on it. Okay, let's give this a little sand. Okay, now we'll pull the tape. Well, I'm going to leave the tape on until after I wax. That way if I get carried away, I won't have wax all over the brown part of my clipboard. Okay. Should they use masking tape? Because it pulls off some of the surface of the clipboard. Use painter's tape. Oh well. Okay. Let's see if this guy is dry yet. Yep. So we'll put this guy in the corner. Oh, a little cutie patootie. Try to. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of placement tape to cover this guy. Even though it is placement tape, I'm going to fuzz it just because sometimes it pulls off some of the teal section of the silk screen, and then it's going to expose the silk screen that's in between those teal layers. Okay. I'm here to make the mistakes for you. So we're going to go back into our black velvet. And that is why I tape. Okay. Yeah. I think it's already drying. That's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna go put this over in my sink. Real quick, I'll be right back. Okay. So cute. Okay, let's put those two away. I'm done with those. Okay, there is that stitch. So cute. Except make sure he's dry. Got to work fast with those because those fine lines will dry pretty quick. So there's that. Oops, that stitch and that stitch. Okay, I'm going to leave the cardboard down here. And then we've got this stitch. So this will go on here. I could put a little post-it note thingy there, but I probably won't. I'll probably maybe put just a photo mat there. And then let's get out. I'm going to move all my paint stuff out of the way. Now we're going to bring in our bandanas. So again, I got this one at Hobby Lobby. Oops. God bless you. Okay. Turn on my glue gun and get out some twine. Actually, this will work. I forgot this one isn't the clip kind. It's that weird thing kind. So we can either tie it here, which might mess with the mechanism. I'll probably end up tying it here, which isn't my first choice, but because you could also just tie it here, which we might do that actually. So I think I just give it one little tie. So actually I won't need the glue gun. Okay, so let's get this out of your package. Focus, Robin, focus. Okay. I'm gonna take off this big tag. So technically, this is polyester. So if you had any of the stitch heat transfers, I bet you could heat transfer on this side. Just saying. Okay, I'm going to put a little snip right here at the seam. Actually, I might. Is that not going to work? I hope this tears after all that. It may not. That might be a bummer. Maybe polyester doesn't tear like cotton does. Well, let's try a bigger piece. If not, we'll have to kind of fold it up and use our rotary cutter. Ooh, oh, that sounds weird. It does tear. It makes a lot louder sound, but it does tear. I guess we'll use that piece. I don't usually like the seam, but waste not, want not. Okay. So we're going to cut those into smaller pieces. Ooh, that's a snappy sound. Okay, there's 8 pieces. We'll do one more. Okay. The strings. It's hanging off my cup. So I do seal these clipboards with just some spray sealer, just to kind of protect the pasted design. You probably could get away with, which I should probably start doing that, is using, I think you could use ink and then heat set it, but you still also have the paint. So if you're not going to paint your clipboard, you could very easily get away with using the heat set permanent ink on your designs instead of, and then you wouldn't have to spray seal, but I would spray seal the paint if you're going to paint the base of your clipboard. What I was trying to do on the stitch bandana was to cut this seam away, and that makes it easier to tear. And if I get rid of this tag, I could use it instead of the twine to tie off my, and I'm going to double it, I think. Yeah. Maybe. Okay. I probably should have doubled it. Okay, so now let's cut some of these little strips. This is just pink. I also get these at Hobby Lobby. They're slightly bigger than a fat quarter, and I like them because the print is the same on both sides. So there's really no front or back. I'm just folding them up and then cutting all of the loops apart. Okay, so that was, I think we'll do one more. We'll do equal numbers. And Hobby Lobby has a plethora of bandanas. Don't be alarmed because they have moved them. They've moved them from in our local store. They're no longer on the north end of the aisle. They're on the north side of the aisle. They're on the south side, and they're easy to miss because they're kind of tucked behind a bunch of t-shirts, so you can't see them if you're looking down the aisle. Fold that up. I have a lot of stitch left. Fold that guy up. We'll get on with the blue. So again, I'm going to tear this take the little seam off. I guess we're going on that side too. Okay. So 3 little slits. I don't know if I'm going to put anything on that one. We'll see what I have left. So then we're going to fold those in half and then fold those in half again and cut the loops. Okay. Now so I'm just going to start adding, I'm going to start crisscrossing these, no particular pattern. Oops. know the blues don't quite match, but I think once it's all together, I don't think you'll be able to even notice. You probably won't even notice that it's stitch fabric. I'm just randomly alternating these. It's going to be Poohy. I do try to alternate the direction, like this last stitch one went that way, so then this one's going to go this way. Probably need one that goes that way. So I could double these up. That way I kind of fill in that gap. And this pink one went this way, so I'm going to lay that one this way. So then I'm going to bring these up. I just have to remind myself I'm not using twine, so I need to be very careful when I pull it tight that I don't rip it. I'm probably going to need to trim quite a bit. Let's see. Let me give it a good shake. It's not too bad. It's a little long. Before I trim it, I'm going to kind of live with it a little bit and see what it does. I may trim kind of a little bit in the middle just to make those a little shorter, so it has a little bit more kind of dimension. Some of these raggedy edges off. cut my tie strings a little shorter. And here I go, cut more than I probably should. Jason says those fabric colors are perfect. Oh, there goes more of my paper. Thanks. There's some ragged edges. Okay. What do y'all think? There's some long pieces back there. I can see them on the camera. Ta-da! It's going to kind of move. You could also off-center it. Oh, that looks kind of weird. I'm not for sure I like it on where it's at, but it's also going to probably move. Figure out a way to secure it. Okay. Let's hold it up this way. So we've got the front, some. I definitely need to trim it up some more. There's the front, and then there's the back. Super cute. Oh yeah, she needs a good trim. I never said I was a hairstylist. And then we've got this little one. And I still might add something there, I don't know. A tiny drop of, yeah, I don't, probably that might work. Need to remove my notepad. I should have thought of that before I chose this style of clipboard. I like the bigger, bulkier clipboard clips better, but this one was the one I grabbed. I could also, you could super glue or hot glue a button. I might do that, a little button on the other side, just to give it some more surface area. So I'm going to probably take Benita's suggestion of hot gluing it to the clip, but I think I might put a button behind it just to give it some more surface area to attach to. Otherwise, though, I think it's super cute. Okay, I think we are done here. So that's it. So if you happen to make anything with the stitch transfers, make sure you share those with me. We want to see them. And then there's the backs of it. So cute. It's going to look perfect in that basket. So I will clear seal this one. I'll fix the bow. I'll paint the back. I might add something to the bottom of that one. I don't know. But thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for not panicking when I messed a few things up. But I definitely showed you how not to panic and how to fix a few issues. So we got those taken care of. Bonita says a stitch lover, which she is not, as you've never watched, is going to love your basket. They will. I hope it is a great fundraiser item for the Twirling Club. And I hope the recipient loves it and loves it and loves it. Should I add a bow to this one or just leave it? I think I might just leave it. Just to have it be something simple. Because I think there's already a lot going on. Okie doke, with that, make sure you check out the specials. There are some ending tonight. The free butterfly cutout and transfer bundle ends tonight. Free shipping with orders over $100 ends tonight. And then the patriotic designs are up to 75% off through June 22nd. So if you've not gotten your patriotic designs for this year's decor, make sure you get those. I would get those sooner rather than later so that you have time to create any of that decor, and then be watching tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central when the newest Disney collection launches. You're going to want to watch for it, especially if you like a lot of the female characters. Just saying. Okie doke. So I will be live again Wednesday. I'm hoping to do my Toy Story project. So I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.